time, and in today's video I share with you the superpowers I discovered in 2023. Let's get into it. The first power is the power of enemies. That's right, the people who are in the exact same business giving the exact same service as us. And now I come from a background of pharmaceuticals and technology and banking, and we were almost trained to look upon the competition as the enemy. But in the online space, I realized very soon, especially in 2023, that anyone who looks at competition as an enemy or a rival is missing out significantly. And it's only people at the bottom of the rung who see competition as adversary. Everybody above, the higher you go and the higher I went, I realized that there's actually a great relationship to be had with competitors. We learn from them. And so for me, throughout 2023, I've developed and nurtured those relationships, and I've realized that some of my competitors are now in business with me, rendering me services, or I'm rendering them services. Understand that you can never take away their clients, and they can never take away your clients unless your service is the only thing you offer, and there is nothing more to you as a person, as a brand, as a personality, except your service. And this brings us to the second superpower I unveiled in myself, and that is the power of a personal brand. Now, I've been in sales and marketing for more than 2 decades, and I've been taught by a lot of coaches to highlight the strengths of my product and to talk about how my mechanism is unique and how my services are different. Here's the thing, I went against all of that. I instead focused on my philosophy towards business, the way I taught my people how to do business, the way I've done business, the mistakes I've learned from business, all the golden nuggets inside of here, and what makes me me. Because no one can replace that. And so throughout the year, all the people who would show up on calls to buy from me, I asked all of them, why did you choose to buy from me? Why did you choose to work with me? And the feedback I got across the board, the unanimous feedback was, you're different, you're a no BS guy, and I feel that I can deeply trust you. And so what I learned here is, if you develop real world trust, real values and real personality, and people trust you, they will buy anything you want them to buy from you. And that brings us to the third power, the power of results. Now, I've been in programs and I've been told that the average success rate in the industry is roughly 15 to 20%, which means out of 100 people that buy your service, only 15 to 20 will be successful. I went against this. I focused on amping up the success rate to 90% or beyond. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Gaia, we do our best, but our clients don't get results, and it's because of them. They don't put in the effort. It's a mindset thing. I understand. I completely agree with you on that. And so I reverse engineered that, and I created methodologies and elements in my program to not only help them with business, but to stop them from getting in their own way when they started making money. My results skyrocketed. They're the exception to the norm. The next superpower I discovered in 2023 was the power of community. A lot of people believe in the power of community, but when I started the year, I was a staunch advocate of one-on-one coaching and one-on-one mentoring, and I firmly believe that I can get people results in the fastest, shortest amount of time only and only if I mentored them one-on-one. And I challenged this belief of mine, and I continued one-on-one almost as a hybrid support. But the community was the main thing. A year later, I realized I've built a community of amazing, fantastic, action-taking, talented individuals who are transparent with each other. It's a safe place for them. These are leaders of the industry. These are people who help others, who lead others. And this community is the only place they feel safe enough to be themselves. The next superpower that I got in 2023 was the power of systems and processes. This is the year where I had to hire multiple employees for various parts of my team, and I had to train them and I had to make them as good, if not better, than me. What this required was reverse engineering my entire business, breaking it down into bite-sized chunks of understandable information, and then create trainings for all the team members to go through, then create KPIs to see how they're performing, and then reward them based on performance and character accordingly. I use the McDonald's model of SOPs, where you can pretty much get anyone and put them in any role and the output will be a certain way, but I didn't hire like McDonald's. I hired A players, and then I gave them systems and processes, and my business went up and up to a level where I didn't have to worry about the business because I had fantastic, talented individuals running various aspects of my business for me. And there were some good hires and some bad hires, but eventually when you do get the right people, you have a star performing team, which is what I did. And speaking of talented, integrity-led individuals, the next superpower I discovered in 2023 was the power of depth. As a business coach, I did not want to be the typical work with me and make a lot of money guy. I also didn't want to trick people using hacks and tips and tricks and leverages to get them to buy from me and then never give them result. I've seen a lot of people do this because I've seen what goes on behind the scenes. I've been parts of communities, I've been in rooms with conversations, I've had access to lots of things, and I've seen that a lot of things are run on a very superficial level with zero depth. And so when things break, no one knows how to fix them. I wanted to act in alignment with my values. And like I said, integrity, transparency, honesty, loyalty, discipline, these happen to be some of my values. This led me to create the integrity marketing framework, which is what I use and I teach, which requires being nothing extra than who you are and attracting the perfect people. That led me to developing the ethical sales framework, which is what I teach people now on how to sell to people without tricking them or leveraging them. And so now in my program, I teach people how to reverse engineer and tell if a prospect is lying from you, tell if a potential partner is lying from you, tell if anyone is acting out of alignment. Because 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, people are not practicing what they preach. This brings us to the next superpower, which is the power of saying no. Saying no to any and every single thing that did not move the needle forward for my mission. Notice I use the word mission and not business, because my mission is way bigger than my business. My mission is to empower and create an army of self-empowered people who are financially free and can do what they want in their lives. My business just happens to be one of the vehicles through which I help people. I firmly believe that most entrepreneurs fail because they get distracted, because they lose sight of their North Star. And so the power of saying no is literally the power of focus. I don't teach my clients what to do. I teach them what not to do, what to say no to. Do one thing, learn it well, get it to make money for you on repeat, then move to something else. And this brings me to the last superpower, and probably the most important superpower, but also the most painful superpower that I had to learn, which is practicing what I preach and my own personal growth. This is something I've experienced throughout my life, and what I've experienced is that every time I grow, things around me start to break. In fact, it's almost a sign. If things around me are starting to break, meaning processes in the business are not doing well, or clients who I loved and adored are leaving me, or friendships are going away, I realize that I've now outgrown those circumstances. And so to give an example, back when I started, I worked with a lot of people and I love them to date. Would I work with all of them today as the person I am now? Probably not. I would work with some of them. I would say no to some of them. And that's not because of them, it's because of me. And as we grow and evolve in business, we start to raise our standards step by step by step. And sometimes people like that, and sometimes people don't like that. It's the same with friends, it's the same with clients, it's the same with family members. And they'll try to drag you down, and they'll try to remind you of who you used to be, and they'll try to ridicule you for not doing what they're telling you to do. And for me, yet again, towards the end of the year, it was a sign to move on to the next thing, which I'm already working on and I'm already creating. It's going to be mind-blowing. But I hope this video helped you. Let me know which superpower you found the most relevant in the comments below. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.